I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. Tonight I'm talking about and profiling the one and only Martin Lawrence. Let's get right down to his story on tonight, and you're going to find out something very interesting from Martin Lawrence. Martin Fitzgerald Lawrence is an American comedian and actor. He came to fame during the 1990s, establishing a Hollywood career as a leading actor. He got his start playing Maurice Warfield in What's Happening Now. So let's get into Martin's story, shall we? Martin Fitzgerald Lawrence was born on the 16th of April 1965, and as I said, he is an American comedian and actor. He came to fame during the 1990s, establishing a Hollywood career as a leading actor. He got his start playing Maurice Warfield in What's Happening Now from 1987 to 1988. He was a leading actor in the Fox television sitcom Martin, The Bad Boys, the Bad Boy franchise, and House Party, Boomerang, Open Season, Wild Hogs, Nothing to Lose, Blue Streak, Life, Black Knight, Big Mama's House, and A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And Life is my favorite movie, along with the Bad Boys series as well. The fourth of six children, Martin Fitzgerald Lawrence was born on the 16th of April 1965 in Frankfurt, West Germany. His father, John Lawrence, was serving in the U.S. military at the time of his birth. Lawrence's first and middle names were named after civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. and U.S. President John F. Kennedy, respectively. When Lawrence was seven, his father left the military and the family moved from West Germany back to the United States, settling in Landover, Maryland in the Washington, D.C. area. Following his parents' divorce when he was 8 years old, Lawrence rarely saw his father, who was a police officer. His mother, Clara, worked several jobs, including as a sales representative and cashier at various department stores to support her family. During his teen years, Lawrence excelled at boxing while living in Maryland. Lawrence attended Eleanor Roosevelt High School and Friendly High School, and he lived in Fort Washington, Maryland, becoming a Mid-Atlantic Golden Gloves boxing contender. Who would have thunk it, Martin Lawrence? Wow. In his early days, Lawrence did comedy shows in the Washington, D.C. area and supported himself through odd jobs. Comedian Rich Snyder saw his act and suggested Lawrence make connections in New York. Lawrence ended up moving to New York City and found his way to the comedy club, the Improv. Shortly after appearing at the Improv, Lawrence won a performance spot on Star Search. He did well on the show and made it to the final round, but did not win. However, executives at Columbia Pictures Television saw Martin's performance and offered him the role of Maurice Warfield in What's Happening Now. This was his first acting job. Upon cancellation of that show, Lawrence found bit parts in various films and television series. His breakthrough role was as C in Do the Right Thing. Other roles followed in films such as the House Party series, Talking Dirty After Dark, and the Eddie Murphy vehicle Boomerang. During this period, entertainment mogul Russell Simmons selected him to host the groundbreaking series Def Comedy Jam on HBO. You better believe it, I was there every time it came on, trust me. Def Comedy Jam gave many comedians, including Chris Tucker, Dave Chappelle, Mike Epps, Bernie Mac, and Cedric the Entertainer, mainstream exposure. During his stint with Def Comedy Jam, Lawrence appeared in his own hit series, Martin, which aired on Fox. The show ran from 1992 to 1997 and was an enormous success. Martin was the flagship of Fox's Thursday night lineup, which drew millions of viewers away from NBC's must-see TV lineup. He hosted Saturday Nights Live on April 19, 1994, where he made crude remarks about women's genitalia and personal hygiene. The offensive portion of the monologue was edited out of NBC reruns and syndicated versions, and Lawrence was banned from NBC for a period of time until he received an apology from the president of NBC at the time, Warren Littlefield. Martin's ratings continued to skyrocket, so much that Fox became more of a contender against NBC and came closer to being considered among the top television networks. In 1995, He acted alongside Will Smith in Bad Boys with wide success. I know that's right. After Martin ended its run in 1997, Lawrence found work in comedy films. He often starred as the second lead opposite actors, including Eddie Murphy, Danny DeVito, and Tim Robbins. Many of his films were blockbusters at the box office, including Nothing to Lose, Life, Blue Streak, and Big Mama's House. He also starred in crucial and box office failures, including Black Knight and National Security. Regardless, his salary steadily increased to over $10 million per film role. He continues to work in film with such films as Big Mama's House 2, which opened at #1 at North American box office and grossed almost $28 million in its first weekend. In Wild Hogs in 2007, in which he played a bored suburbanite seeking adventure on the open road, in a biker comedy alongside with John Travolta, Tim Allen, and William H. Macy. In 2006, Lawrence appeared on Inside the Actors Studio, during which Lawrence briefly brought back to life some of the characters he had portrayed on Martin. He also appeared in Open Season as Boog, one of the main characters of the film. The movie also starred Ashton Kutcher, Deborah Messing, and Gary Sinise. In 2008, Lawrence starred in Walt Disney Pictures' College Road Trip, co-starring with Raven-Symoné. It was his first G-rated film, but not his first appearance in a children's film. He supplied a voice for Open Season 2006, opposite Ashton Kutcher. In 2011, Martin reprised his role as FBI agent Malcolm Turner in Big Mama's Like Father, Like Son, the third film in the Big Mama series. In January 2013, it was announced that Lawrence and Kelsey Grammer were considering pairing up to star in a comedy for Lionsgate Television Partners, paired the two actors as Chicago lawyers from vastly different backgrounds who unexpectedly met in court on the worst day of their lives. The show premiered on August 4th, 2014, but was canceled after one season after receiving poor reviews. In 2020, Lawrence reprised his role as Detective Burgess Burnett in the third installment of the Bad Boys franchise, Bad Boys for Life, again alongside Will Smith. The film was considered a financial success, grossing $112 million in its first 4 days of release. Lawrence starred in his first dramatic role in 2022's Mind Cage, alongside Melissa Roxburgh and John Malkovich. To be continued. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never quit.